Welcome to New Mexico Restaurants Now, where we get you the inside scoop on the food scene across New Mexico. This episode is brought to you by NMRA Chef Table sponsors. These businesses provide the most generous level of support to help keep our restaurants protected, informed, and successful. So thank you to Benny Keith Foods, the Food Industry Self-Insurance Fund, Heartland Payment Systems, Shamrock Foods, Cisco New Mexico, and U.S. Foods. We wouldn't be here without you. I'm Carol White, CEO of the New Mexico Restaurant Association, and our guest today is Mike White of High Point Rustic Kitchen. Mike is the winner of New Mexico Restaurant Association's
Nailed it.
Restaurant Neighbor Award. Congratulations and welcome, Mike.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm super honored for this, so super excited.
Well, we're so excited that you got the award, and for very good reason. I mean, I've watched your career. I've watched the things that you've done, beyond your restaurants. You don't stop at the door of your restaurants. You take it back into the community and you really help out. And I'm here to tell you that a lot of restaurateurs do this, but you're doing it in a way that's just really creative and exciting. And so let's talk about that. Now,
yeah,
I kind of feel like I want to talk about the name change of your restaurant first, just to kind of give everybody, tell us where you started, tell us where you are now with the name change, and then we'll talk about some of these neighborly things that you've been doing.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you again. Super excited for the award and to just have this chat and everything. But so I started about 7 years ago out in Mariposa. It was called the Point Grill. And 3 years into that, we moved to the west side of Albuquerque and opened High Point Grill. And then just recently during COVID, we opened High Point Rustic Kitchen, High Point Italian Kitchen, which was also called Rustico. And just through the learning process and, demand out there and everything, what we're doing is a brand alignment. And all the restaurants are going to become High Point Rustic Kitchen. So we're going to be able to serve the same menu at all locations, the west side and the east side and beyond. High Point Rustic Kitchen is the new look. You can check out the website now, highpointrustickkitchen.com. And we're really excited, and we're really looking forward to being able to spread our core menu further throughout the cities.
I think that's such a great idea. I know how nerve-wracking it can be to have different restaurants and doing different things with different, different menus, different menu items. And right now, especially with supply chain problems, it's much better if you have one. The other thing is you can borrow from the other restaurant, right?
Exactly. And not just product, but there's a huge, as everyone can attest to, there's a huge employee shortage right now. So it'll be a lot easier and more fluid to be able to say, hey, we need help over here on this day. And they're familiar with the menu and the different things that'll come up and related to different food items. Whereas right now we're experiencing something where if I have to, move somebody back and forth or product or anything, it's a completely foreign concept. So it's almost having like new employees or, people just getting thrown into something they're not used to. So I think this is really going to help us out and help us grow even further over the next, 5, 10, 40 years. Just really excited for the new push.
Good. Well, I wish you the best of luck at that. And I think it's going to go fabulously.
Thank you.
And I want to talk now about, why did you get the Restaurant Neighbor Award? The award goes to a restaurateur that is, helping out. And I know over this last year, it's been what you've done, but you were doing this before. You were doing a lot of these things before. So you said you have a list of all of the things that you've done. Why don't you go through that list and then we'll delve into some of those. Oh,
goodness. Okay. Yeah. This is just the recent ones. I was trying to just because like you mentioned, we just kind of keep going. I see it as if I'm not working at one of my restaurants or with my daughter, there's opportunity to be helping somebody else out, whether it's in their restaurant or life or community or anything. So yeah, just in the last in this, I'd say 90-day span from the last month to what's coming in the next 30 days, beyond 505 food fights, which is something that most people are familiar with by now. We've helped out Rebels with a Cause, the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. Project Mise en Place. Forthcoming, we're working with Ancora and Breaking the Silence, 2 more organizations that are coming out to help with mental health awareness in different facets, everywhere from in the industry to taking curriculum into schools and teaching about warning signs and, just different things you're not actually going to learn that people don't bring up. So that's something that we've really focused on is mental health awareness. Beyond that, Rebels with a Cause is a great organization that's been doing several things within the community, different bike runs, charity events. Let's see here. Let me take a peek at what we have on the calendar here. Right now, I'm working with several other local chefs to do some holiday meals for the people in need, less fortunate. For Thanksgiving and Christmas, we're going to provide a whole lot of different not just holiday meals, but meal prep throughout, the winter season. Also working on something similar with that with 101.3. I used to host a radio show about community and trying to do positive things and really support the positive message out there that there's more opportunities in Albuquerque for us to be able to help the less fortunate. So my partner Mindy over at 101.3, we're setting up a lot of different things there. We're doing something with another chef here, Dental Care in Your Home. They provide dental services to, maybe, less fortunate or people that are immobile or handicapped to some degree that where they can't come out and go to different doctor's offices. So we're working on that. We just started that yesterday. Early Childhood Development Learning Center. We just started with them last week. We're going to do another food fight event with them. And we just did the, I'm always mispronounce this word, canapes, crayons and canapes. That was a fun event out there. So yeah, I really just try to stay busy all the time because I feel like there's opportunity to help people that need help, whether it's providing a monetary donation or just being there on site to help draw a bigger crowd or sell tickets or anything like that. If there's something that I can do to help and I'm in a position to do so, I feel like it's almost an obligation to do so. But fortunately, I really want to. So it really helps out. We stay busy that way. Goodness. And that's only some of the ones that we're working with recently. I'm trying to see here. I can't even read. We've done several things lately with Sophia's Foundation for Autism. So we're really excited with them. We did a huge event and we have another one forthcoming. So we like to work with them pretty frequently. The food fights this year is one particular large facet of what I like to do philanthropically, if that's a word. I think
so let's talk about the food fights because were you a founding member?
No, that was created by Chef David Ruiz and Stacy Wilson. They had a brilliant idea to start that here in Albuquerque. They ran it for a couple seasons, and it was a huge success. People really got involved, raised a lot of money, and it just got to the point where they couldn't carry that on. So I didn't want to let it die. So I asked both of them. I said, hey, would you maybe pass the torch and let me try to grow this and keep it going here. And they were both happy to do so. So we started probably about 3 or 4 years ago with 505 Food Fights. I did at least. And I started as a competitor when they were running it, which was super exciting. Loved competing. And it got me the bug right away. I was like, I need to be a part of this forever. So yeah, we did the food fights and then we started that out. And then once I grabbed hold of that as the director, we're using this as a tool to raise money wherever we can. So we do our bracket style chefs elimination, kind of head-to-head chefs until there's one team.
And it's in one evening, or how does it go?
It spans actually almost for a whole year because we have 20. So this year is the biggest year ever. We've got 20 teams that are involved, and it's a chef and a bartender versus a chef and a bartender. What we do is it's like chop style. We have secret ingredients and they cook for the judges and everything. But the best part of it is that we charge a small cover at the door, usually $10, no more than 15. You can come in, be a part of the action. I like to say get in the chef's way and ask him questions and stuff like that because it's fun like that. And all that cover goes to charity of the evening. So each evening we raise money for a different charity, typically local to New Mexico. So even if it's a national charity, we're doing it for a national or for a local branch. So the New Mexico branch of the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. And it's very fulfilling to know that chefs and industry people can just come together and have fun like we would have had fun already,
right,
and cause such a positive impact in the community. 2 years ago, we raised $25,000 for local charities in New Mexico throughout the entire season. And this year, we're only 3 competitions deep, and we've already raised over a third of that. So we're going to blow that out of the water this year. So I'm really excited. I'm hoping we can raise 30 to 40 grand just from the food fight regular season. And then, like I said, I use this as a tool for other things too. So I'm working with Breaking the Silence and Ancora over at with the IV Lounge. We're setting up this huge event for mental awareness coming in December. And we hope to raise, $100,000 at this event just from having, again, fun. Black Tie Gala. We got 5 teams of, food fight superstar competitors, and we're going to do like a big food fight inside of this Black Tie Gala and really just, lean into it. So we're really excited. I think with just utilizing the food fights as a tool, we're going to be able to raise hundreds of thousands of dollars over the year. And that's just one way we can do it. So
That is absolutely wonderful. I mean, I've known about the food fights. I've been wanting to get to one, but they're late at night.
So that's why we
After
changed it this year,
9 o'clock.
actually. Not anymore. So
Oh,
this
okay.
year, typically they don't start till about 9:30. This year we changed it so we can have a new crowd. We can get, all ages involved, and, the people that are typically ready to hit the sack because they got work early and stuff like that. They're now on Mondays at 7 p.m.
Oh,
So
nice.
it's just about
Yay.
every 3 weeks. The next one is November 8th. And we've got a chef and a bartender team versus chef and a bartender team. It's going to be really exciting. And we're raising money for that one I mentioned before, the St. Vincent's. We're going to do provide meals for holiday meals for people over Thanksgiving, and just really raise money to try to feed as many people as possible. We've done this with a lot of different groups, from, the folks over at Roadrunner Food Bank to St. Felix. I mean, really to try to sit here and list the ones we've worked with over the years, it would be nearly impossible. So I'm just really excited that this has grabbed on so well over the years that we can keep using this as a tool to help our community. And again, it's
Absolutely.
just the food fights. That's just one arm of this. So we're
Well,
really excited.
and please let me know if there's anything that the association can do to get the
Sure.
word out on those. If you need more of a crowd, I don't know if you do. I don't know if you
Always.
sell out. Okay.
Always,
Well
we
then,
always want more
yeah.
people to come check this out. This inspires people to come to the future events, to want to be a part of these events, to either donate or participate themselves, or just inspires you to be a nicer person in your day. We really just want to reach as many people as possible. So definitely.
Wonderful. So then let's talk about cooking with kids. Are you still
The
doing that?
Kitchen Kids Incorporated, absolutely.
Yeah.
So that's a nonprofit I started nearly 6 years ago, and it's one of my just favorite things on the planet. Like, it's super exciting. What we do is we bring in all abilities children for culinary instruction. So we host a cooking class. We'll get a group of 5 to 12-year-olds, and we'll pair them up with local chefs throughout the state that volunteer their time. There's been a ton of awesome chefs that have volunteered and pitched in. And it's just really cool. We just walk them through a recipe, something they can take home and teach their family or cook for their family. And they get that opportunity to just ask a chef questions. They see what happens on TV and Food Network all the time, and it's really cool to see their faces light up when they get one-on-one with a chef and be like, what's this like? How do you do this? What do you do? Like 1,000 questions. It's the coolest thing. They think we're rock stars. I swear. It's so cool. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. And thank you to all the chefs that have donated their time and resources to helping out with these kids. We've got another one that I'm planning right now. We're looking for locations to use. Trisco Heritage High School has been super, super kind in letting us use their culinary lab for years at this point. They've been really helpful, letting us. They have a really cool modern kitchen that we can get like 35, 40 people in there, and we get a handful of chefs in there and just do culinary instruction. It's so cool. The kids are excited. The parents are on the side taking notes because they wish they were taking the class too. And it's very it's very rewarding to get, messages and feedback from these families to say, hey, my kids never behave the way they do other than when they're in your class being creative. Like they might be a nonverbal or something, and then they get into class and start cooking, and they're just everything, just their day is lit up. So it's super rewarding, it's fun, and I'm hoping we can continue this and keep growing it. So we're looking for some locations, maybe some schools in central Albuquerque or on the west side that can, donate some kitchen space and work with me to get some more kids involved. Over the 6 years, we've had over 500 students already, and wow. It's just been super fun, rewarding, exciting. And I think, everyone that's been involved, all the local chefs, Chef Danielle Young over at Rustic Heritage, I work with her Pro Start team, and they've been nice enough to, like I said, lend us their space and their Pro Start team to help with this stuff. They're themselves lurking along these kids, teaching, learning, cleaning up, all the fun stuff. So yeah.
Well, and don't forget, we have quite a few other schools across Albuquerque that do have Pro Start kids, and
there's a lot of them.
They'd definitely want to reach out.
And, hey, if you're watching this right now, reach out to me. I'd like to set up some classes and teach some kids how to cook and have some fun. So
very fun, get
more people involved.
And that's mostly elementary and disabled kids that you're working with?
It's all abilities, not at all. It's I mean, the majority are just, fully able-bodied children from 5 to 12, 13 years old. But that's just to say that if there is a children with special needs to any degree, we will find the accommodations to do so. If we need a special kind of coach or a teacher, we've had tons of different organizations volunteer their time, resources, and staff to say, hey, we will be there if you need us to. If we have somebody that's speech impaired, there's, the ASL teams have reached out and said, we'll come and sign every class if we need to. There's just, that's not going to stop us, essentially, as the mission. If you have a special need, we're not going to stop you at the door and say, you can't learn with us. Come on now, get in there. Let's have some fun. Let's make a mess with some food. And let's see if this is something that brightens up your day. So yeah, it's been a blast. My daughter's the director of the board at 13 years old, so she's got a very special job of acclimation. Any of the kids that seem nervous or intimidated, she just goes and hangs out with them and gets them comfortable with the class and kind of tells them what's going to happen. And it's just it's cool to see the kids experience something that I know isn't around anymore. I took culinary arts and food science and stuff when I was in school, and I to my knowledge, those classes aren't as available as they were 20 something years ago. So it's
in some ways they're in the schools that have Pro Start, they're there, not in the elementary or I think we all took home ec and
home ec, absolutely,
junior high, right? Or
yep. Oh yeah, home ec, food science, and culinary arts, and all through middle school and high school. And I mean, aside from the Pro Start teams that are out there, I don't know if there's a lot of casual learning or just artistic outlets for those that want to play with food.
Well, we do have 33 schools, high schools out of 110 that have the Pro Start curriculum. So that's good.
Which is awesome. I love doing Pro Start. I love, like I said, I've worked with the team over at Rustico Heritage for a couple of years. I'm super proud of them. They took second a couple of years ago when we had the last state competition. And then, as you know, I like to, sponsor the HIFE children, if I always say that correctly, HIFE. Hospitality Industry Education Foundation.
Thank you very much for knowing that. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, of course. Anything we can do to inspire children and get them on a more creative and culinary path, I'm all for it. It's an outlet that not a lot of people consider.
So. Me too. Yes, I'm all for it, and that's what we're here for, is to do that kind of workforce connection with the kids and in Pro Start mostly, but just get them interested. Let's get them interested. They don't have to go into our industry, but if they do, they'll be ready, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the best way to do it is, like I said, to play with food. Like that's what caught me, like you said, in home ec. I'm like, I didn't know that I wanted to do this stuff until I started doing it. I was like, holy crap, this is fun. And it occupies, for me, it was like, all right, it calms my mind. It gives me a creative outlet. So, like you said, it's just, let's put some stuff in their hands and see what happens.
Very good. Fun. So what else do you want to talk about as far as what you're doing in that
Um,
realm or
sure.
beyond?
You know, I don't know. I don't think of it that way necessarily. I just, like I said earlier, I just try to stay busy and stay helping other people. If I'm stagnant or dormant, I feel like there's opportunities missed. I'm looking for maybe more opportunities to partner with people and grow some of these things. Like I said, I'd hope to reach out and talk to some of these pro start teams throughout Albuquerque, and have some more kitchen kids classes. I mean, the pro starts kids really get a kick out of teaching the younger kids too, and kind of acting as the professional chef's assistant throughout these classes, and gives them another side of exposure to the industry too, of like, all right, well, I'm gonna have a chef breathing down my neck while we're teaching these kids. So yeah, let's teach some more children. And then 505 food fights, I'm really excited about the gala that we have coming up on December 11th with Ancora and Breaking the Silence. We've got 5 teams that are going to be competing, and
I
we're
want to
taking
go to that.
sponsors in. Please do, please do.
Well,
I'll send you the information for sure.
and how open is it? So is there some place people can go to go? You
Yeah,
know,
so I believe tickets are going on sale this week, and it's going to be at Del Norte Sports and Wellness.
okay.
And what we have, it, like I said, it's a black tie gala. We're going to do lots of silent auctions. There is actually a raffle where I have given myself away. So it's $25 raffle tickets where I'm going to come to your home and cook private dinner for a party of 8. And we're going to bring in a $300 to $500 couple bottles of wine, and we're just going to have a really elegant evening, and I'm just going to pamper you guys. So raffle tickets will be available for that. And let's see here. We got 5 teams, like I said, from Marie Iniguez at Slow Roasted Bocadillos to an all-girl power team with Kayla Vallejos and Sarah Torrey Green. We got Sean Staggs putting together a team. I believe, I got to verify with them, we have some friends out of Cuba, New Mexico, that are going to put together a team for Food for the Soul. And let's see, who am I forgetting about? Oh, our friends at Sawmill is going to have a team as well. So it'll be really exciting. I'm going to try not to screw with them too much, but me and Dan Gilpatrick over at Shamrock really like to, well, we like to screw with people during the food fights. So it's fun that way for us. We get to sit back and watch, and we're not the one that are tortured with the task.
Yeah, and by screwing with them, you mean putting in very odd things in the mystery
Oh yeah,
basket, is
just
that
we'll just get
right?
really weird combination of
Yeah.
ingredients. I mean, we've been nice this year so far, like too nice from what we've heard from the chefs. Because last year we got some weird stuff. We like to throw a curveball in every week or every battle. I think the guys that are coming up soon here, Ellen Tucson, he's in the next battle. In the last battle, I think for his secret ingredient, I gave him a birthday cake that had pink frosting all over it, and I didn't even know what flavor it was. I was just like, all right, figure it out. So I haven't done anything like that yet, but I mean, Dan, they once gave him like whole iguana, rattlesnake, like just some really difficult things to work with. We put octopus and Twinkies in the same basket once. Like, yeah, it's
Wow.
fun because some people panic right away, and some people are like, I got this, no big deal. But that's what I mean. Yeah, we're gonna screw with them. Is we're gonna get real creative
Creative.
that way for them.
Well, very good.
Yeah.
Mike, I can't believe our time is up because
I
it's
ramble really quickly
no,
if you haven't
you've
noticed. So
been
yeah,
really exciting. This is a great interview. And
cool.
is there anything else you want to tell people? Because, I mean, you've got so many great things going on right now, and I want everybody to know
Um,
everything.
yeah, I'm trying to think. Like I said, there's honestly so much stuff in the works. I mean, at any 30-day period, we're working with 12 to 20 different, nonprofits and charities. I would just like to say, and I've said this on the radio show before too, I would like to challenge chefs, restaurateurs, business owners out there to step up and do some of the stuff that maybe you're not used to doing or getting involved. You don't have to do it all the time, but if if most of our organizations out there did something, once a quarter, once a month, something like that, we'll see a huge difference in our communities. We'll be able to raise money for those that need. We'll be able to make a positive difference. I mean, it could be something as simple as, Mindy and I over at Sunny or at Hustle now have gone out to the parks and just handed out care packages to those that maybe don't have, housed right now, or you don't have, proper shelter, or maybe you need a meal or something. We deliver hot meals. There's any number of ways to get involved. It doesn't have to cost you money, maybe just some of your time. And there's just think about it, appreciate what we have, sit back and see what we can do for our community and what we can do for others. Because if there's an opportunity there, you should take it. So that's all I would like to say.
That's very inspiring. Thank you so much. And I want to thank our generous sponsors, U.S. Foods, Cisco, New Mexico, Shamrock Foods, Heartland Payment Systems, the Food Industry Self-Insurance Fund, and Benny Keith Foods for their annual sponsorship of NMRA and its programs. Visit nmrestaurants.org to learn more about our Chef Table sponsors. And thanks for tuning in to New Mexico Restaurants Now. You can watch this and other episodes on the New Mexico Restaurants Now YouTube channel, and you can subscribe to the audio podcast at Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Amazon Music. Thanks for being here.